As Indiana's Chief Justice, Loretta Rush leads the Supreme Court team of 5. She also guides a branch of government with more than 200 employees across 9 agencies. In addition to setting the standard for the court system throughout the state, Rush says she's not always comfortable with the visibility of being out front. One would never know when looking at her leadership and accomplishments. Rush is helping lead the way on the opioid epidemic that is plaguing our country, including co-chairing a national task force.
I remember last year when they asked me at the Conference of Chief Justices if I would chair it. First they asked me, do you think we should have one? I said, we should have had one a couple of years ago. They said, great, we want you to chair it. And how do you say no to what you see is the biggest impact affecting affecting us right now? What we're doing is building toolkits. We're training our judges on the science with regard of addiction and what works and what doesn't.
As a Purdue University graduate, Rush spent 15 years as an attorney in private practice in Lafayette. She was elected 3 times as a Tippecanoe County judge. Throughout her career, she has been passionate about protecting children. She was determined to know all she could about the judicial process before sitting on the bench.
I actually stopped my practice 6 months early after I won the primaries in the 3-way race, and then traveled the state and would go to every courtroom that I thought I could learn something from. I went to every placement, foster homes, I went to the Department of Corrections, I went to residential facilities. If I was going to place a child in a home, I wanted to see it and I wanted to learn it because it was so important.
Rush was appointed to the state Supreme Court in 2012 and became Chief Justice 2 years later. She built on the work of her predecessors and continued the strong focus on expanding technology. 90% of Indiana's counties have adopted electronic filing, and nearly 80% of the state's caseload is part of the online case management system. Text messages are being used to help ensure defendants don't miss court appearances.
When we moved our offices, we moved our administrative offices, we had 30 tons of paper that we disposed of. The courts don't know what to do with all the paper. You have to pay to storage it, you have to file it, you have to pay postage. It makes our branch more transparent. It really, it's customer service too.
A successful commercial court pilot project has been in place the last 3 years. Special problem-solving courts have helped address the specific needs of families, veterans, and others. In the most recent fiscal year, the Indiana Supreme Court disposed of 851 cases. It heard 56 oral arguments and issued 85 opinions. Rush praises her fellow justices, as well as the judges who work at the local and county levels.
We have strong judges. The amount of appeals we have and reversals just speaks to the fact of the quality work. When I am in a town, if I'm going through a conference, I like to stop by the courthouse and just pop in the back of the courtroom. I would have hated that if the chief did that to me, but I like to do that. In fact, that's when I met Justice Goff. I'm in awe of what they're getting done. On top of that, the problem solving, the educating themselves, saying, how can we do better?
Indiana benefits from Rush's proactive presence as she positions the state court system as a valued partner. Please congratulate the Honorable Loretta Rush, our 2018 Government Leader of the Year.